Have you ever had that feeling where your income goes up, but your level of financial stress does not change? It can feel like you're running harder and harder while somehow staying in the same place. This experience is surprisingly common, and it points to a deeper misunderstanding about how financial stability actually works. Many people assume that once their paycheck increases, a sense of security will naturally follow. They work hard, earn a promotion, and see larger numbers on their payslip, yet the relief they expected never quite arrives. The anxiety remains in the background even as income grows, which raises an important question about what is really happening beneath the surface. This pattern is not just anecdotal. Surveys show that a large share of people earning high incomes still report feeling financially insecure, even when their earnings place them well above average. That gap between income and security is a signal that something more structural is at play, rather than a simple matter of personal discipline or effort. At the center of this issue is a fundamental confusion between income and wealth. Income is the flow of money coming in on a regular basis, such as a paycheck or contract payment. Wealth, by contrast, is the accumulated stock of resources you've built over time, measured by what you own minus what you owe. Income can change quickly or even stop altogether, sometimes without warning. Wealth is what remains when income is interrupted, providing continuity and resilience during uncertainty. Financial stability depends far more on that reservoir of resources than on the speed of the income flowing into it. One reason higher income often fails to build wealth is what feels like a financial treadmill. As income increases, spending tends to rise alongside it, sometimes gradually and without deliberate choice. Small upgrades become routine, conveniences turn into expectations, and expenses expand until nearly all of the additional earnings are absorbed. This process is commonly known as lifestyle creep. The river of income may flow faster, but if spending expands at the same pace, the reservoir never fills. Over time, this leaves people working harder just to maintain the same financial position. Even when spending is carefully managed, other forces apply pressure. Inflation steadily reduces the purchasing power of money, meaning that each dollar buys a little less than it did before. At the same time, fixed costs like housing, healthcare, transportation, and education have risen significantly, often faster than wages. These expenses are difficult or impossible to avoid, and they take up a larger share of income regardless of how much someone earns. As a result, higher income doesn't necessarily translate to greater flexibility or peace of mind. Psychology also plays a powerful role in shaping financial outcomes. Many people hold an underlying belief that more money will solve most problems, which researchers sometimes describe as money worship. This mindset can push people to focus on earning more rather than building systems that make their finances more stable. Another common pattern is mental accounting, where people treat money differently depending on its source. A bonus or refund may feel separate from regular income and therefore easier to spend, even though every dollar has the same value. This habit can lead to decisions that feel responsible but quietly undermine long-term stability. A familiar example is holding cash in a low-interest savings account while carrying high-interest credit card debt. On the surface, it feels prudent to have savings set aside, but the interest costs on the debt can outweigh the benefits of those savings. The result is financial drag that persists even at higher income levels. Social comparison adds another layer of pressure. People naturally observe the lifestyles of those around them and feel an unspoken urge to keep up. Psychologists describe this as the hedonic treadmill, where each new purchase delivers only temporary satisfaction before becoming the new normal. Over time, this cycle reinforces spending without delivering lasting security or contentment. The goalpost keeps moving, and financial stability remains out of reach despite continued effort and higher earnings. If income alone is not the answer, the question becomes how financial stability should really be defined. A more useful framework focuses on financial well-being, which emphasizes a sense of control, resilience, and freedom, rather than a specific income level. It describes a state of being, not a number. Under this perspective, income is simply raw material. It's a tool that can be used to build stability, but only if it is directed intentionally. The real objective is not earning more for its own sake, but using available resources to create a life that feels manageable and secure. That process begins with day-to-day control, which means understanding where money goes and being able to meet regular obligations without constant stress. It continues with resilience, the capacity to absorb unexpected expenses without derailing long-term plans. Emergency savings and manageable debt play a key role in this stage. When control and resilience are in place, a longer-term horizon becomes possible. People can plan for future goals with greater confidence, whether those goals involve retirement, supporting family, or simply maintaining flexibility as life changes. Stability emerges not from income alone, but how income is transformed into lasting resources. Seen this way, the more useful question is not how much money someone needs to earn. It's how the resources they already have can be used to build a life that feels secure, adaptable, and aligned with what they value most. That combination of control, resilience, and freedom is what financial well-being ultimately means. This content is provided for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. It does not account for individual circumstances, and no guarantees are made regarding outcomes. Always conduct your own research or consult a qualified professional before making financial decisions.